work with Frank, and he likes the bald fade. A lot of people have problems with the bald fade, and I'll teach you how to do the bald fade without ever messing it up. We're going to go down, we're going to start with a 1, then we're going to go to the 0, the half, then it's going to be pretty much a triple to a 5-0 through here. So I'll show you how to do the ball fade without it ever messing up. The trick to the ball fade is always start high and work low. And we're starting off with a number 1 clipper. You really want to make sure you get all these little hairs off. I'll come back over it at the finishing touch. So that was the number 1 clipper blade. On my clippers, my clipper blades, I have a 0 clipper blade, which I use. Just come up. After I cut it with the 0 clipper, now I switched to these clippers, which actually have a handle on them. And then I'll come up, I have the handle all the way out. Just to blend this into that number 1. Then I'll take the clipper blade off. And still keep it all the way out. You want to stretch the skin. Make sure you get all those little hairs in there. When you're coming up to where you want to fade the line, or you want to fade this in, you want to kind of just scoop it out so you don't leave any type of lines in there. Now I just start moving it down a little bit and getting even closer. You want to make sure you always stretch that skin because it really gets in there. You just kind of go all the way down. The good thing to do is to get a towel and wipe off that hair so you can see where it shadows. Also, I like to look in the mirror where I can actually see little lines sometimes where it didn't fade in as well. Another good way is to use the corner of your clipper to take out little hairs here and there to really blend that fade in. And now we're going to go down even further and really make it bald. What I'm doing here is just taking the edges and really scooping it out to really blend this real bald fade through here. See, if you always start off with a higher clipper and work down, you'll never have a hard line to take out. I've seen people who've been in the industry for 30 years still have a problem with this haircut because they always want to start low and then go high. If you always start high and go low, you'll never have a line. You always want to constantly brush it off to get those little hairs out of there, because they will shadow on you and you'll think that you didn't get the line out, but it's just the cut hair, or they'll hide a line on you. Okay, so now I'm going to go back over it with the number 1 to make sure I get all those little hairs out. You always want to go back over your haircuts because there's always going to be like a little hair somewhere in there. You want to move the hair around, go in different directions, against, you find out where the whorls are, you go against the hair pattern. You try to really, there's just a couple little hairs in there, but that's what's really blending all that in there. You want to kind of dig into the head, but not too hard. Because you really want to kind of get that blade in there and get those hairs. Any client that has a haircut like this, they already know that it's going to be a little rough with them. But not too rough where they're like, ow, like him, he's a big wuss. Then another thing that I do, since I was a #1 clipper, I always do this even if, let's say if I did this a 2 or a 3, I always drop down 1 clipper blade, which would, since I did a 1 here, it's going to be a 0. And I'm going to blend this front edge right into the hairline. You always want to go 1 clipper down all the way through the front hairline, just so it blends in nice, so it slopes in. You don't want any type of shelf. Sometimes I'll take my scissors and just kind of trim out a hair here and there. But also I'm going to take my 0 back through here, make sure it really blends. All these little bitty hairs right there, that's what really pulls that line out and makes this a great haircut. A lot of times you need to use the corner of your clipper to really just kind of dig into that little bit of a line that you might see. But always face your client towards the mirror and you'll find exactly where you need to cut. Okay, here's the finished product. As you can see, there's no line in his head whatsoever. If you always start off with a high and go low, you can always get that really nice bald fade without any problems. As you can see, like I use the 0 around his front hairline so it blends in nice through here, and we were all the way down to a 000, actually probably a 50 right through here. It's as close as you can get with any type of clipper. And it goes all the way back. As you can tell, there's absolutely no line in his head. There you go.